The idea comes up about being selfless. And she takes issue with the implication that staying at home with kids is a selfless act. You know, some people say, oh, you know, it's selfish to postpone that. And, you know, staying at home, being a stay-at-home mom is a selfless act. Some people will make that argument. She takes issue with that. And she takes issue with the word selfless. Listen to her description of, she's a mom. She's a mom. Keep that in mind. She has a baby. I don't know. I think she has one, potentially more. Just listen to how she talks about motherhood. Let's play it.
Loaded term here, because selfless, that you have no hobby. Like, what do you mean? No self, no hobbies, no interests, no dreams, no hopes. Like, do they expect women to just sort of become vessels for care for their family and nothing else? It's so dark.
Yes, they're building the fantasy that actually women would be happier if they didn't have responsibilities.
Yeah, which, or they didn't have responsibilities that were assigned economic value.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
It's also
So this is like cringeworthy stuff, deeply cringeworthy. Did you hear what she said? She's talking about how, like, don't women have dreams and hopes? It never occurs to her that for some women, those dreams and hopes are to have that husband, to get married, to have that child, to have that family, that child is your dream, is your primary dream. That's not to say you can't have an interest on the side or doing this, but that is the crux of what you want your life to be about, because it's that special. She can't grasp that. She cannot fathom it. And the way she speaks about, she says, do they expect women to become vessels of care for their family? Like it's servitude, like it's a dark thing, as opposed to it being a beautiful thing, that a woman would take care of the home, that a woman would want to prioritize raising a child, that a woman would want to, you know, cook a meal that's beautiful for her family. Or why is this bad? Why does it bother you so much, I would ask this modern feminist, that a woman would be really happy prioritizing home and family? Why? Why? Why doesn't it occur to you that could be her dream and her goal, and that could be something that makes her really happy? And it's also like the glorification. We're going to talk about this in the next clip. There's this glorification of work for women. Like suddenly now, sitting at a desk is the prize for 12 hours. The grind is the prize. We'll get into that in a second, because this is massive, massive manipulation that happens when it comes to women and how they think and how they talk and how they see the world. Let's go to 3117, where she talks about the suburbs as being just dreadful. Let's listen.
Isolating, like no wonder these women don't want to have children. It's like, because hey, guess what, do you want to be isolated, like away from your friends, like alone with no one to talk to but a toddler all day, while you know you're not getting any markers of external respect because we value, you know, corporate success in this country more than XYZ. Like, it's not a good prospect the way they've set up the system.
My daughter has been sick this week. She's got the thing that all the kids have, where she's been sick, and it's like there's no leaving the house. There's no like going out visiting people. Like there's no like watching TV really. Like I have to just like hold her all the time until she takes a nap, and then I put her down, and then I wait until she wakes up, and then I make sure she's okay and hold her until she takes another nap. It is exhausting.
Little
like
snuffles.
Okay,
I know.
Can we pause this for a second? I have to say, as a mom, I could vomit listening to her. Honestly, as someone who, when my child is sick, there's no other place that I want to be, but I want to be holding him, and I want to make sure he's okay. And I couldn't even fathom the idea of like, what's on television? I'm missing a television show. He is my number one. What a bizarre way to look at motherhood. Like that child is somehow in your way. That child is in the way of your day, your TV. She's like, well, my daughter was sick and I can't watch television, and I can't go out, and I really, all I can do is just hold her. And there's like a disdain. Are you kidding me? Right now? This is how modern women This is how modern feminists are now talking about being a parent? Cringe. The idea that they think it's so horrifying to be in the suburbs, heaven forbid, with a toddler all day, because as she said, you won't have a marker of external respect. Honey, I don't need a marker of external respect. I don't know why you need that in your day. I can find markers of respect in my own home and my own interactions with my family. I don't need that to come from corporate America. Maybe you do. Speak for yourself. But do you see this game? They are demonizing everything about being a mom, being an old school mom. They can't stomach that woman who's happy to move out into the quiet suburbs. I have to tell you, it sounds beautiful to me. It sounds wonderful. You're out in the suburbs. You see a whole bunch of greenery. You get to take your kid out. You know, you're enjoying your time with your child and your family. You put some music on. You got a meal cooking in the kitchen. You got a lot of family time. You have a lot of peace in your day. You've got a lot of nature in your day. You got a lot of sunshine in your day. Maybe it snows outside. You bundle that little kid up and you go outside and you have some fun. Oh, what a dreadful existence. No, honey, it's better. It's way nicer, right? To be sitting in a cubicle all day long with fluorescent lights, doing the grind, in and out of meetings, trying to figure out how to put money on the table and food on the table. That sounds way more fun. Give me a break. Give me a break. Stop glorifying the work experience. And I know, listen, I give people credit who do that. I know it's hard. But stop trying to get women to think that somehow they're really missing out when they're not in that office for 12 hours a day doing the grind. And stop getting them to think or to feel like somehow what they're doing at home is less than, or it's not getting them to think hard enough. Ridiculous. This is the demonization of the housewife, of the stay-at-home mom, and they do it all the time. I sense a real distaste from her about motherhood. I cannot fathom a world in which I would speak that way about my sick child. My kid like stumbles and scrapes his knee, and I'm like, I'm mom for the like I'm all kissing the boo-boo. You know, I mean, come on. I cannot. Don't have children if you're gonna look at your child as someone who's in the way of the rest of your life. You're not cut out for it if that's the case. This is disgusting to see, truly. If you like the short clip and want to watch another short clip, click here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.